What's going on, Jackstar Arnell? How you all doing, Captain? Anyway, I apologize in advance. I still still just a little on the sickly side. What happened? I all froze up there. Let me see. Make sure everything's good. Yeah, everything looks good. Anyway, so do indeed expect some hacking, wheezing, and coughing, as I still got a bit of the cold. Anyway, just doing some Chaos 7 trials today. Rumor has it we're getting an update tomorrow. Now, it's not confirmed what is in the update, but I am going to be optimistic and assume that the retry map button is going to be there for Onslaught. I'm hoping so. If so, I'm actually planning on doing a really long all-day stream tomorrow over on Twitch. Light Rain, Alley, Savage, what up? Saphirion. That's not as much as I had, not as much gold as I had just a few weeks ago. I spent quite a bit, but just grinding trials here for the last week and a half or so has definitely made my gold go up quite a bit. I picked up at least, like, I don't even know how much, but at least like 20-30 million probably over the last week, so it was nice going the correct direction. Of course, just going through Ancient Power and resetting the gold goes the wrong way. Unless you're just really, really, really careful. Yeah, it pretty much sums it up there, Light Rain. I mean, there was a long time in the game where there was just nothing for me to do. Other than, you know, try to, like, fine-tune and completely min-max heroes. And that was a whole lot of gold. YouTube sent you there because it's a live stream, maybe? There, William? I mean, if you have notifications enabled, it's gonna send you here. I don't know. Or maybe they changed something or doing something wonky. Who knows? I wouldn't put it past them. They've been doing some odd stuff here lately. Oh, I think I forgot to add Nightbot, Light Rain. You may have to add them in. We don't have any official information yet, Eisenar, so I'm not sure, but I'm assuming it's going to be something involving, or is that a new info there, Light Rain, or is that older info? Anyway, I'm assuming we're gonna get that replay map button. Oh, okay, it's the roadmap from last week. Gotcha. What's good for C6? Well, you're just a regular old, the same build that you were using. Basically, C6, you got no cyborgs, but you have hex throwers. So, I mean, you can use damn near anything, but reflect beams become very helpful. There are geodes, so I guess you can't use anything. Projectile towers are not going to be as effective. Thank you very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Streamlabs is derping on me again. Wonder what's up with that. Yep. Is this roller gonna get killed? Gribbs is on the wall too. I guess I should attend to Gribbs here first. And looks like the siege roller did not get handled all the way. Of course, I didn't put any upgrades up here into this lane yet. Ooh, you know what? I forgot to get the mana last wave too. Let's see if I can get it real quick. Sweet. Let's see. A little off, but that's alright. Oh, I did upgrade this lane. I must have just got really unlucky with the crits. See if I can get Streamlabs dialed in here. It's definitely acting funny here today. All of the interwebs is acting all funny. Let's see. Alright, this lane is upgraded all the way now. Yeah, the Streamlabs notifications are off again. It's been doing that just a lot lately. I'm not really sure what is up with it. Let it reload up here. I don't know, it's still acting up. It might be on YouTube's end, who knows? Keep playing is the thing to do there, Muso. I tell this to people all the time, there's like 30 or 32 different shards in that pool. So it's a 1 in 32, statistically it would be 1 in 32, so every 32 maps you'd get one. However, probability works differently because it's a 1 in 32 chance every single time. So your actual chances of getting one, I don't know the exact probability math on it, but it would be more like 1 in 100, 1 in 120, something like that. If you only have the Dryad, I would get the EV2 personally there, Leonardo, but up to you. Well, they haven't said anything about shard management yet. I'm actually a little concerned about that, because they haven't said, all they said is that shards would be permanently slotted onto your hero. Well, what that means for somebody like me who's spent the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours farming shards, maybe even thousands, probably over 1,000 hours, I bet, just shard farming. Anyway, that could be a problem, because I store all of my shards that I'm not using in my inventory inside of relics to save space. If all of that shard storage disappears, all of my shards are going to dump into my inventory. I'm not going to have any inventory space. So I hope they add some clarity to exactly what's going to happen there. Like, is there going to be a completely different interface for shards? Oh, what's going on? Ah, shoot. Lady Orc. That was close. That was way too close. It's because I kind of lured that one out past the walls. I'm not paying attention. The Barbarian is going to be the next hero. That's not coming anytime soon, though. I mean, it's coming soon-ish, but it depends on what you consider soon. Tomorrow's patch, I'm assuming it's going to be some bug fixes and hopefully the retry map button. But there won't be anything else in tomorrow's patch, I don't think. They haven't had enough time to work on it, you know. If you've been waiting for it for 3 years, then you already know it failed all those initiative votes. That's why it's not here already. The community voted the Barbarian down. The Mystic beat it out, and technically the Man and Machine beat it as well. So Trendy is actually going against the community voting, releasing the Barbarian next even. Oh crap, what happened? I did something derpy again. I don't know where it was. Wasn't that one. Oh, that was Zapper, I bet. That's not a big deal. I hope they fix the pet stuff too. But yeah, anyway, technically, if you look back through the community influence voting, the Barbarian's not even supposed to be next. The Man and Machine is supposed to be next. So, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of community outcry there, too. Now, everybody wants the Barbarian, so nobody's going to be that upset about it. But everybody did vote. It's off of the DD2 website there, the Crusader. Yeah, there's a patch tomorrow. I'm sitting here ignoring Gribbs. He's going to end up ruining my day if I'm not careful. What's going on there, Zaya? Go through. Hopefully picked up a few more legendaries. I need a few 22,000 plus relics before I start pushing on Onslaught. Yeah, but anyway, those that are just joining, I still got a bit of a cold, if you're wondering why I sound funny. Plus, I'll be live all day tomorrow on Twitch, assuming that we get the replay button, because I want to start pushing Onslaught floors. What's going on there, SciTech? Alright, let's see if I got any loot. Anything worth keeping? Nope. That's just too low. A bunch of low-rolled stuff. Man, if that hero crit damage wasn't so low, that would be a better piece. I would take it without the armor, without having the decent armor, if that crit damage wasn't so low. Getting your butt clicked on Onslaught. Oh, I'm going to be starting that tomorrow, assuming we get that patch. I mean, it's unofficial. It hasn't been confirmed through any of Trendy's social media that there's even a patch tomorrow. But ICE, one of the developers, may have accidentally slipped it out in Discord. Or maybe he did it on purpose. Who knows? But ICE mentioned that there will be a patch tomorrow. So hopefully it's something. Let's see, it looks good enough. Well, I usually go for 2 hours. This is one of the days I do the trendy stuff in the afternoon. So I've got another hour and 40 minutes-ish, hour and 30 minutes, something like that, before I hop on with the trendy folks. Let's see. Good enough. It's actually not as good as it used to be, but I'm not as powerful without having all the Ascension, you know. Way more rollers sneak by, and just bosses in general sneak by than used to, using this build for sure. So although it is an AFK build, every now and then you're going to have something happen, which is unfortunate. But, you know, it comes with the lesser power. Yeah, this is definitely not a progression build. This is just so I can derp out and stare at chat. But this is also the build I use, like if I'm watching TV or something like that. Watching a movie or whatever. I'm gonna have to split my heroes up tonight. I've been using, although I do have split heroes, I have been using a lot of hybrids. Yep. I went too heavy on the auras somewhere. Gonna have to sell a couple. Let's see. Let's do that one. Actually, don't need either of those. I saw you turn green. There we go. That should work. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with YouTube with the links. It's because any link that you click on in YouTube chat, it's not a direct link. They want to pass it through the YouTube redirect system. Yeah, just trying to get the last few items I need and just more Ascension. I'm actually really light on Ascension. But figure by the time I get leveled all the way up in Onslaught, I'll be probably at least 100 or 200 higher. At a minimum of 100 higher, I would think. I still need more quality medallions, 22,000 plus quality medallions. I mean, I don't need them, I guess, but it would make life much better if I had them. It's a shame that there's not more defenses that marks are not, you know, on a lot of defenses, marks are really close to being as good as what a medallion will give you. And depending, like if it's a defense that you don't plan on upgrading at all, sometimes a mark will even be better. But it's just so few where they're really close, and it's so few of items that you just aren't going to upgrade. See, I should do the boss lane, huh? Get these. Oh, got plenty of mana on this one. There we go, that's good enough. Upgrade this too. Anyway, I still need to gear my Lavamancers. I'd like to get, right now I've only got one Obelisk that's ready to go. So I need to get more Obelisks, and I do have I have the relics for those already. Because they don't have to be top end. I'm not going to use them very frequently. You know, anything over 21,000 probably, and I'll be good with those. Pardon me again, voices taking a poo. Like I said, I'm recovering from a little cold. It's not officially confirmed yet there, not really me, but I'm assuming it's going to be some bug fixes in the replay map button for Onslaught. is my assumptions. Yeah, there it is on the roadmap there. Nice, Monkey Man. Well, welcome. I'm going to be doing a whole new section on hero spotlights and different guides and stuff coming up real soon. Because I know we're expecting some major changes, like the shard changes that are listed on that roadmap. I'm using totems on the obelisks there, Lalzer, because I'm using them for two reasons. First off, you can get considerable amounts of smite damage out of them with a totem with vampiric and power transfer. But I'm also using them to get the hero damage buff that comes after one upgrade. Or just the hero buff, period, not hero damage. And then also to take shots from EMPs. The Cobalt Flyers. And the giveaway codes don't expire. Once they're in the system, they're in the system. So they're good forever. There's no official patch notes yet, Monkey Man. But you can read that. There's a lot of speculation involved right now. Like I said, I don't know. I'm assuming we're going to get a retry map button. If we do get the retry map button, I'm going to be doing a long Twitch stream tomorrow. But we don't know that that's for sure what's there yet. It might end up being just a little hot fix for server errors or something. Pardon me. What's going on there, Paco? Welcome back. Let's see. Disc, how you doing? Yeah, the reroll will be cool too. The main thing I want is just the retry button. Of course, the correct answer is don't screw up where you have to. But if you do, it's just so infuriating having to do the same, you know, map 1 and map 2 over again. Yeah, there's supposed to be replay and re-roll. So if you replay, I'm assuming it's going to give you the exact same map with the same mutators and lane schedules. Assuming on that one too. And then, you know, a re-roll map, of course, is going to give you a different map. Now, it might end up giving you the same map, just because it's going to give you a random map from the pool of available maps. The Gun Witch is significantly better than the Huntress in overall DPS there, Monkey. It's not about C7 anymore, not really me. It's about Onslaught. Pushing Onslaught floors. C7's easy on all the heroes. Not just the Dryad. I mean, you can... This is actually my AFK build. Now, I'm not going to go AFK while I'm live streaming. But this is the build I use when I watch movies or whatever. You can do it on the Dryad, too. You can do it on lots of heroes, you know. Let's see if this roller dies. Doesn't look like it's gonna. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so there was an AFK roller kill. No, codes don't expire. I already answered that question just a few minutes ago. They do not expire. When dev streams happen, they're on Trendy's Twitch channel. Twitch TV/TrendyEnt. Every Friday they have a stream. It's not always a dev stream, but every Friday Trendy does a stream. Nah, they're a long way from making any changes to defenses, mindless. The game's got too many current issues that need to be fixed for them to even think about any balance changes. I don't think there will be, if any changes at all, I don't think there will be many changes to heroes for a long time yet. Most of my audience is on YouTube, Exodus. I do use Twitch every week, but people don't show up over there. Or not as many, you know. I want to get the Twitch channel built up, especially with all the funny things YouTube's been doing lately. I mean, it's only a matter of time. So far, the changes haven't really affected me, but it's only a matter of time before they do. So, I mean, I've even debated on just switching streaming to Twitch, just to try to get that built up and then bring the VODs over to YouTube. But I hate doing it. I'll be on Twitch tomorrow, assuming this patch has that replay button, though, Exodus. Well, I host all the top DD2 streamers, so I mean, there's a chance, I guess, that you got to the channel as I was hosting somebody else. There won't be a new hero anytime soon, Crusader. Soon being the next few weeks. We'll get the Barbarian, but we don't know when. My guess is probably a month. From the developers, a month would be soon. But from a player, of course, a month is not necessarily soon. Just juice bags there, Monkey Man. Should be a link down in the description below. Got this one again. Nothing but this map. I've done, what, 4 maps today. Or this is the 4th map I've done today. And 3 of them have been this one, this map. Yeah, the Ranger. The Ranger will be here eventually. Of the gender swaps, I'm looking forward to the Countess, I think, more than any of them. Thank you very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. I still wonder Streamlabs is not updating my notifications. I want to see something real quick. Let me look. Yeah, I don't know why. Streamlabs isn't updating my notifications, though, unfortunately. Yeah, lots of Countess. I'm just anxious to see what kind of changes they make. You know, because they're, like, so far everyone... Well, like, with the Initiate and the Adept having slightly different tweaks, I'm wondering what they'll do on the Countess. I'm definitely anxious to figure out what they're going to do. I'm really hoping they make some different walls and maybe do something different for the target. Well, I mean, I'd like to see everything different except cannonballs. They're not going to do everything different, but I'm hoping at a minimum there's some changes to walls. Maybe a different type of wall, like a bouncer blockade. Hint, hint. Trendy's heard that a whole lot lately. And then maybe even like a different harp or ballista or training dummy. I mean, I would like to see different versions of all that stuff. I think that would be awesome if they did it on every gender swapped hero, but you know, that's asking a little much. It doesn't matter which character you use, Steven, as long as they're in the deck. It's only based off of one hero. So by using only one hero, you're kind of nerfing yourself. Unless it's the Dryad, of course, because the Dryad's a little OP right now. But, I mean, there's no reason to only put one hero in your deck. Now, one deck, so 4 heroes, like what I'm doing here, I'm not doing any hero swapping when I farm C7. I decide what I'm going to use that day, and that's what I go with. But there's definitely no reason to only roll with one hero. Well, the Countess isn't a monk, though. We've got a new Skyguard or a new anti-air. It's from the Adept in the Hailstorm Tower. But the monk is already done. The monk and the initiate are already there, so there won't be any future changes to that, I don't think. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe not. You don't have to gear all the heroes. You can have, like, look at mine. No gear. I got boots on, so he's got run speed. And 1 relic. This guy essentially has no gear. I never replaced it. He's just got 1 relic. This guy's an alternate DPS hero, so it's got a full, semi-full set of gear. But you only have to gear 1 hero. But that doesn't mean that's the only hero you can have in your deck, because gear is based off of 1 hero, so the other heroes matter not at all. Do the little proton stack. See if I can put another one right in between that one. Not quite perfect, but ah, dang it. Did that time get it? Oh, it still didn't go. What the heck? Let's put it out here. Oh, I don't have the mana is why it's not going. Or yeah, I do. I got 210 left. Twitch doesn't allow it, Lecker. If you're a Twitch and YouTube partner or affiliate or whatever, Twitch isn't having it. YouTube doesn't mind, but Twitch doesn't allow it. I just want 1 more reflect beam. There it is. Alright, good enough. Just gotta have 1 more. Throw these here just for fun. Didn't get any R's down. That's alright, I got enough for 2. There we go, it should work out. Any tips on farming defender medals? Well, you get the same amount per map. So don't just farm defender medals. Just do the highest chaos trials you can. The time difference between doing chaos 1 and chaos 7 is like maybe a minute. It's not worth giving up the chaos 7 loot and the chaos 7 gold and XP just to get 25 defender medals a little quicker. Oh, it's completely 3 times what I needed here in power, but I like it. I like them reflect beams. You know, I like the EV too. Using just blues is something for newer players to understand the upgrade process easier. So yeah, if you use only blues, it's a lot easier to see whether or not it's an upgrade. If you understand the game more or have been playing it for a while, you shouldn't use just blues. You should use the best thing that drops. Just because it's going to make the match go that much quicker, you know. But you know, using just blues is a way for a newer player that doesn't understand the system to go by. But I mean, you can look at the stats and tell whether it's a better item. You just have to look at all the stats and not just one of them. But that's something that's going to be transparent in the future if you look at that roadmap that Light Rain linked. You know, down the road here, they're gonna bring item power back. I mean, item power, my guess is still there, and it's just a hidden value. But they're gonna bring it back just because of all the confusion with gearing, and that's a good thing for sure. That ogre gonna die? You know, eventually by the flame R at the wall, but might as well kill him. Get a couple of ups in down here. I should have upgraded this lane first, because this is always a boss lane. That's good enough. I mean, if you look through that Chaos 1 to 7 run in a day, I did the minimum amount of trials maps to progress until I got stuck. And I didn't get stuck until I hit Chaos 6. So I went back and did a couple more Chaos 5s to get a few more pieces of gear, and that kind of unstuck me. And I mean, you can see, I mean, I did the whole thing live, so you can go through it and see what I did in between maps to look at items. Better get Gribs. I got a roller too, but the roller's got a better chance of dying. Gribs is on the wall here. Yeah, one more shot and that roller's done for. There it is. Let's see, I might as well throw some ups in across here too, just because I'm standing here. It's, as far as I know, it's coming tomorrow, Brad, but we don't know exactly what's in it. This is due to a leak from one of the trendy devs that there will be an update tomorrow. It might, I may be hyping all this up for nothing, and it could be just a hot fix for server communication or pets or whatever. As most people know right now, most pets' abilities aren't doing anything. Any pet ability that causes a buff or a debuff is not functioning. Like Drago here, the only reason I'm even using him is because I want him to get leveled up. Yeah, good enough. Hopefully it comes. I mean, I've been known to overhype the game before. And think things are coming before they come. So I really hope this is coming. You can kill siege rollers on any hero, though. It's not a big deal. It's just about shooting them in the back. If you shoot them in the butt, you're going to kill it. On any hero. You know? Siege rollers are not really an issue. It's just the people that are having an issue aren't hitting them from behind. Usually. I'm just going to let that one up there die. Uh-oh, needs 2 more shots. There it does. Well, or 1 big crit. Exactly what I just said. There's Cyborg, tomorrow's patch. There's going to be a patch tomorrow. We don't know what it is for sure, but we do know there's going to be a patch tomorrow. Thanks for subscribing there, Prefox. What time is it? It's 3:43 p.m. at my house. Oh, you mean what time's the patch? Yeah, nobody knows that. They don't do it at a set time. Figure the trendy folks will arrive to work about 9 p.m. Eastern. So, I mean, it could go out as early as, say, 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, if you watch Trendy's Twitch feed, it's got all the details there. I'm getting legendaries dropping. I haven't really looked at any of them though. I hope I got something that's a keeper. They gave away the Siege Roller pretty good in the dev stream prior to the Siege Roller coming out. So I had no problem killing the Siege Roller the first time I saw one. But I also watched that dev stream too, and they didn't want to give the answer away to hit it from behind. But you could just tell as Eric, the person playing on stream, Patire, kept running behind it. He wasn't shooting it, but he kept like looking at the backside of the Siege Roller. It kind of made it obvious to me anyway. But it's definitely, I mean, it's the boss that most people have problems with, you know? I need to just take that command out there, Night Rain. I probably will until or tomorrow I'll update it with the actual patch. There is no notes, Maxwell. Trendy doesn't release notes until after a patch launches. They never do it before, which is unfortunate. Because I know a lot of companies do it before, and I like seeing it before. Gives you something to read while you're downloading it, you know? I mean, I guess every now and then they do, but it's like 1 out of a dozen, maybe. Not very often. I always like reading patch notes when the game is downloading and installing. It's nothing new though. You know, it's what we've come to expect from a trendy patch. No patch notes until the patch launches. And what was that one? Oh man, a low roll totem. That can go away. Man, once again the hero crit damage roll is just too low. I may end up keeping those anyway, just for the time being. $391. I'm hoping to be 400 by tomorrow morning. Would be ideal. You know, since my reflex aren't as strong, I'm half tempted to double up. I don't know, that might be too much mana spent. I'll have to go lighter on the auras, probably. Yeah, actually I didn't go lighter on the auras, but whatever. See, let's put one here. Another one over here. You remember the days when I streamed all night? I don't remember those days. My streams have almost, with exceptions and special events, they're almost always 2 hours. Nah, I stopped doing the late night streams because people weren't watching them. Oop, I don't need this here. Well, I could have kept the proton. Let's keep the proton. You know, with school and everything. I did the late night streams again during like the holiday break. And I'll definitely go back to it anytime there's like a holiday break for school, or once the summer gets here. I'll go back to doing the late night streams. Using the torpedo damage from the reflect beams to kill mobs, basically. Light Rain's got the link there. Let's do that again. Let's double up again, because this is a known boss lane. And see, that leaves me 210 for the bottom. I'm not going to be able to do that full setup at the bottom, but I'll be able to do close to it. But I could get rid of probably get rid of the wall altogether. Let's see what all I can fit here. At least 20. Alright, let me go 3 instead of 4 down here. Oh crap, I sold the wrong thing. Sold the proton by accident. Let's go 3. And then that leaves me enough for 1 flame aura. Which I'd like to have more than that, but... You know what, I gotta put down something more than that. Let's see, I've got 2 there. I've got 3 there. I could do 2 here and move this wall up closer. And then that would give me 30 DU to put a third or another one down here on the wall. I just hate not having any wall coverage because I know some stuff is going to get through. Well, I mean, with the extra reflect, it might not. I've been doing a lot less Wallless lanes on Onslaught as well. I mean, it's amazing too, just Ramsters are so strong. Figure if you go completely Wallless, you don't have, you know, you don't, it saves the extra DU, and you can go 4 Ramsters is 200 DU. Well, like on Temple, you get 200 DU per lane. So, I mean, 4 Ramsters is going to kill damn near anything, too, except a controlled burn lane or a lane that takes reduced magic damage. Yeah, you don't do it on Cyborg lanes. Just a Proton, the Sand, and an Aura stack is really good. Let's see how this goes now. Is it a Siege Roller? It is, good. Let's see how the Siege Roller does with just 1 upgrade on him. Oops. It leaves me a little bit left for over here. Yeah, just throw that there. I want to watch this lane over here. See how it does. Come on, Siege Roller. Come on out. Start a fight over here. Oh crap, I don't even have Vicious Strikes on these. That's part of the problem. I forgot to put Vicious Strikes back on my Reflect Beam. It's still sitting on my tree from my Dryad. Oop, let me not shoot at the Siege Roller. See how this double Reflect setup does for it. That's my problem though. My range is like about half of what it would be if I would have used the correct shards. I'll change that after this wave. I was wondering what the deal was while so much stuff was making it through. But yeah, I'm not using the right shards. I just remembered. I've got Vicious Strikes on my Dryad tree right now. Guess it always helps to use the right shards, you know? There we go. Now there won't be any issues with Siege Rollers for sure. Should have got these Skyguards upgraded first. Well, the Kobold just dropped. Let me get this one real quick. Come get this one too. Let that last flyer die. There we go. Where's the Siege Roller coming from? The bottom this time, it looks like. That middle lane down low. One more upgrade there. Should make a big difference on the Siege Roller now, because that the torpedo damage from the Reflect Beam is going to be hitting it much sooner and much later. Shouldn't be able to touch. Shouldn't have to touch it at all. If I could just get it to crit. Crit, damn you. There it goes. Alright, let's get these Sky Guards completely juiced up. That one's a tier 5. Let's hit these Flamars too, since they're helping with the flyers. I should be able to get this one to tier 5 as well. Oh, it only needed one. Perfect. Any more sieges? Nope, not this wave. Nah, Torpedo Striker is not obtainable at the moment. I don't even think it works. I think it was turned off with all the shards, removed shards. So I don't believe it's stacking with Deadly Strikes now. I had it there as a placeholder to get it out of my inventory. I'll have to test it and see, but I don't think it's even working anymore. About 50% of those removed shards have been turned off, where you can still have them in your inventory, but they just don't work. What's going on there, Awesomeo? How are you? As far as we all know, there's nothing been official announced, Killing Legend. This is all leaked info that I'm giving out here today. Well, it's leaked info that there's a update tomorrow. But it was leaked by a trendy person, so I'm not hurt. My feelings aren't even remotely hurt by talking about it openly. Trendy didn't want it out there, then a trendy person shouldn't have leaked it. So I'm sure they're good with it. Yeah, nothing wrong with getting off work. That's for damn sure. No, there's not going to be a new character tomorrow, Killing Legend. There's going to be the Barbarian, hopefully by March, but we don't know any exact dates on it. It's just a small part, Nathan. My guess is this will be the short term. Now, they didn't talk about pets in that update. I'm hoping they get pets fixed, as I do use my pets quite frequently. And pets are just busted. Sadly. Poor little pets. Take that, Gribs. Where's Malthus down here? I still find myself using Dragolich all the time, even though it doesn't do anything. Just habit. All of the pets that cause a debuff or a buff side tech are not working right now. Nothing good. Well, I may have gotten something good on the ground that I just didn't look at. We will see. Like, I usually use either Sandstorm or Curse on all my builders, as it helps you get around the map quicker when you're building. Those aren't working right now. Of course, I use Drago quite frequently. Drago's not working. I may end up switching to a Boost Monk for boss killing. Man, same thing again. It's like... Can't even say every other map. It's like 2 out of every 3 maps. You get to Ascension 250 and floor 65 of Onslaught. And then you go talk to the mana node in town there, Killing Legend. Good enough. They didn't turn them off. It's bugged. Just the pet effects are bugged. They didn't do it on purpose. It's not just Drago. Like I said, it's any pet that causes a debuff on baddies or a buff on you. Every one that I've tested is not working, so I'm assuming it's all of them. All of the buff debuff pets. I didn't test every one, of course. I don't have them all leveled up. Little lag spike there. Yeah, I'm sure it probably is Light Rain. It's, you know, every bug is caused by something else. So you change, you know, you change one line of code and it ends up affecting another line of code or whatever. Obviously, I'm not the professional in that aspect, but definitely a cause and effect. I could have placed that over a little bit farther to the right. I'm not going to worry about it though. I think it'll be alright. Let's see. Yeah, I left myself tons of DU for the main lane still. And that leaves me, what, 570 for right here. You can do it a little different here this time. Thanks for subscribing there, Lucas. And then Prefox about 20 minutes ago. Sorry about that, Prefox. I didn't, Streamlabs is derping a little with their notifications today. I didn't see it until just now. And here I said I was going to do something different. I did the exact same thing. It's because I like it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try to pack them in a little tighter this time. See if I can get 3 across each layer. I think I can. Maybe? Is it gonna fit? Oh, come on. I saw a good green there for a sec. There it was. Jeez. That one's a little derpy with its placement, but I'll spread this one out more. And that leaves me enough for what? 2 sky guards right here? Just for pure overkillage. Alright, Killing Legend, take it easy. We don't know yet, Fipro. We're just assuming. We are unsure at this point. forgot to change my Discord message. Let me change it real quick while this is running. There we go. Let all the Discord people know I'm live. There we go. Looks like my Discord bot is broken again. It's spamming. It's spamming. Yeah, the little explosions that you see are, it's called torpedoes, but you see it going back. Well, it's hard to see the way I've got them placed. Look at this one. You can see the torpedo going from node to node. You see it passing. When it hits the node, it explodes. And then, of course, you see the big flashes. Those are the explosions. I might actually end up using some reflect beam torpedoes in Onslaught, just because I haven't seen anybody doing it. Mix it up a little bit. I mean, there's only so many heroes, so most of us are doing similar things. But I haven't seen anybody really using the reflects in Onslaught, other than just to reflect. Fix that Discord spam real quick. Let's see. Why is it not letting me boot it? Wait a minute, that was messages. Hopefully that get it. Alright, sorry about that. It's all in that video with a third explanation there again, but I'm using Vicious Strikes, Power Transfer, and Defense Crit Damage, I believe. I want a medallion. Nah, all platforms usually get updated the same day, Douglas. It should be for everybody. I mean, that all depends on Xbox. PS4, I guess Xbox is, whatever you call it, their little verification that they have to do prior to releasing updates is pretty rough. but they end up holding back the PC and the PS4. That way they can release them at the same time. Hot fixes, sometimes they'll let those go separately, but as far as any kind of like actual content or gameplay update, they usually will get them all done at the same time. Seed driller's not out quite far enough. There we go. And there's a relic. What was it? It's a medallion. And not terrible. Really good defense crit substat roll. It's definitely a usable item. Oh, so is that. Nah. It's a little low. I saw 46s and it's actually 44s. Optimism, you know. As far as gear progression goes, overall, Onslaught is better. Or is faster. Of course, you should do whichever is the most fun to you, because it's still a grind either way, you know? Trials is better for fine-tuning gear. Onslaught is better for progression, is what I've found overall. But you shouldn't worry about fine-tuning gear until you get to Chaos 7. If you're failing runs, then you've just either straight up got the wrong gear, or your build is got needs work. But I mean, I personally, the 2 different times I've gone straight from floor 1 to floor 65 without doing any trials, I never repeated the Onslaught floor. Just went straight through. Now going through trials, it skips a bunch of maps, so it makes it quicker. But you are gonna have to do more than the minimum once you get up there. You will hit a wall at some point. I did anyway. Depends on your RNG. That seed driller should be fine, unattended now, huh? Did I upgrade everything? Oh, I didn't upgrade nothing, huh? I spammed it all into that main lane. Come on, torpedoes, start exploding. Why are the torpedoes not exploding? That was weird. It looks like they still might get it. One more quick one? Yep. They still got it, but it was close that time. I don't really think any one hero is the most important. I think the more variety you have and the more options you have for towers, the easier of a time you'll have. But I don't really think there's more one important than the other. Personally. If you have, you know, the more heroes you have, the more variety you have, and the more choices you have. Where if it's a lane where, you know, say it's a lane where they take increased physical damage, and it has geodes. If you have just the original 4 heroes, I think your only choice is going to be cannons, right? Or ballistas. Where if you had, or I guess the Huntress explosive trap too, if you had geodes. Where if you also had a Dryad, that's going to add in some bee damage. You know, for example, where you could potentially use bees and have a defense with a longer range. So it's just, it's better off. I stay up all night every night, Pixia. I've worked the late shift at a casino for ages, and my wife works the late shift right now. So my normal go-to-bed time is usually about 6 a.m. Maybe I should do a hero spotlight on reflect beams. I think that's one that I've never did just because I never thought it was really necessary, but you can definitely get more out of your reflect beams other than just using them as a reflect. Now, just use them as a reflect, it's pretty dang good. There aren't any patch notes yet, Marcos. Trendy doesn't release patch notes until after patches hit. Yeah, we're speculating off of the roadmap that Elandrian did there. Well, I got a different map, but I got the same different map. Oops, wrong dude. Just gonna go back to using one again for the DU. I don't have all that ridiculous amount of DU on this map. Friday night, every Friday, Saturday night, Pixia. I do the late night stream. Like I said, I stopped doing them every day because people stopped watching. Because of school or whatnot, you know, there's lots of different reasons. But I still do them on Friday, Saturday nights. Wrong monk. Power pylon's an awesome shard. There's nothing wrong with using power pylon on trees at all. And in fact, if I didn't use vicious strikes on trees, I would probably use power pylon on trees. But I'm using vicious and deadly on the trees usually. So that takes up 2 shard slots, and I just use fortification as the last. But power pylon's an awesome shard. Oh crap, I don't need it. I keep forgetting. The reason I'm having mana issues is I'm doing the boss setup on non-boss lanes. I don't need to spend all that DU. Actually, it worked out fine this time. Did I put... Oh yeah, I put R's over there. Anyway, I can just go with Flame Aura spam down those non-boss lanes, because they don't need all this, you know? Actually, wow, I got 100 left. Alright, I never put a Sky Guard over here. Better get that going. What else? $50 left now. I did get a Sky Guard down that way. Hey, you know what? Let's just double up on it here in the mid, I guess, then. Oop, I didn't put an aura up here. Man, I hate not using all the DU. See, that leaves me 20. Get rid of that. I could do a 3-noder. There we go, that should work. What's going on there, Ami? Long time no see. Looking good. I think once they figure out a way to make it a little bit friendlier to play together, I think that will bring a lot of people back. I'd suggest just working on your builds there, TS, because it's easier to do trials solo than it is in a group. So I mean, the only reason you would be playing in a group is to have someone else build for you. So the best bet is to just work on your defenses. Lavamancer's strong. Good DPS and good defenses. I don't use the Lavamancer very much just because I don't really enjoy the playstyle. But the Lavamancer's definitely a strong boy. Nope, can't sneak out another one. Just let it roll here. Use elemental defenses then, Diego. If a mob takes increased elemental damage, you use defenses that use magic damage, or if they take increased magic damage. The reason being, or how you tell the difference, is if the numbers that your defense is doing are purple, it's magic damage. If they're white, it's physical damage. If they're red, it's just crits, and it could be either. But you see all the purple numbers rolling out over here. That's because all this stuff is all magic damage. Physical damage is things like cannonballs, explosive traps. Currently, I don't really think there's a best time, Doug. It's really dependent on like what you want to do. You know, if you're looking more for long-term progression down the road, then you know, doing the ancient power grind is, you want to start that as soon as possible. Now, I wouldn't do it at the minimum. I wouldn't do it the second you get to 250 and hit floor 65, as your starting Ascension is just going to be really low. Your first time, I would definitely suggest pushing a little bit. Lavamancer Towers versus Mystic Towers, well, they're so insanely different. I mean, the Sand Trap and the Oil Geyser are kind of comparable. Not really, but kind of. But most of the Lavamancer and Mystic stuff is just completely different defenses. You know, I like, if you said, like, oil compared to sand, I personally like sand better. But oil is still really, really strong. If you're going to compare, like, Fissures to Vipers, I like the Vipers better, but the Fissures are much easier to use. And it depends on where you're at, too. If you're in Chaos 7, Vipers are going to get hit by Kobolds. And Fissures would be the way to go. If you're in Chaos 2, Fissures are going to get disabled, and Vipers would be the way to go. So, I mean, they're just so completely different defenses, though. Yep, slime oils. Any source of oil plus fire will ignite the enemies, but it looks cooler than its actual effectiveness. The ignite damage is not significant. It's very small, but it does look cool, and it's free damage. So, you know, can't complain about it, but I wouldn't build specifically for that, expecting it to like be your answer or anything, because the ignite damage is just really small. I play on the PC, Sorensen. I've got an account on all the platforms, but with the current system that's in place, there's just not enough time to do all the platforms. Didn't touch the Skyguard the whole time, huh? Yeah, I put one up on that one. So that's better than nothing. Alright, we got a roller from up here. Let's see if this reflect will get the job done here. I personally, right now with the current state of Ancient Power and the current state of the game, it's really hard for me to recommend someone focus on Ancient Power right now, unless they just want to. You know, like currently right now with 8 Ancient Powers and 394 Ascension, I am not as strong as I was with my 2800 Ascension. So going through the Ancient Power 8 times, I'm not as strong. Oops. I still do that though. Oh, she knew there on me. Knew hiding it. She knew I was going to eat junk food and fast food and crap the whole time she was gone. I ate some healthy stuff too. I didn't eat all junk. Just mostly. I don't have a Dryad to give away, Diego. I don't work for Trendy. I don't have unlimited access to codes. This one's a funky angle. I wonder if it's going to get the job done. Oh, it looks like it is. One crit. One crit makes all the difference. Well, you know that. You know that was a thing there, Omni. Let's see. I drink way too much coffee as it is. Where's Kellyanne at? Keep forgetting about him. Getting caught up to Omni. Once you get, there's really no benefit to the account going up once you're, say, I mean, because it's not about your account level at all. It's about the defenses, you know, or the traps, getting those leveled up. You could end up being just as, or even stronger than Omni in several cases with your Tier 4 to Tier 5 traps. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely more about what tier your defenses are. Ooh, we got a double. Looks like this first one. Oh, that first one got wrecked. Come on, give me a legendary box. Nope. No good there. Alright, I got time to sneak one more in before I hop in my trendy meeting. No? Oh, don't worry about it, baby. Uh-oh. Slow loading screen. Nope, sounds like it's gonna let me in. This one's got 79, well, it's 50-50, I guess. It's got 6 lanes. 3 of them are non-boss lanes. Like this one is a non-boss lane. I'm just gonna spam R's down this bad boy here. That'll be good. I tell you that if it didn't require, you know, I mean, you've got to have a 4-person team at a minimum ready to go, but that Sea of Thieves game I thought looks cool as hell. Commanding a pirate ship, going around and wrecking people. I mean, that just looks awesome. But, you know, it's not a game that you can play by yourself. I don't really have any tricks to Chaos 7, Calvin. I guess the trick to Chaos 7 is Cobalt flyers. You got EMP flyers coming out every lane. So you've got to use defenses that are going to kill flyers. If not, it's going to end up ruining your day. Like, these are non-boss lanes. So I've got proton beams there to slow everything and freeze everything and CC them up. And then I'm just going to use 3 flame auras. And flame auras are going to kill the ground mobs and the flyers. And over here we got boss lanes. So here I'm going to build it a little bit differently. I'm going to have to watch my DU on this one. I'm focused more on the bosses, and then I'll have some... Killing the flyers is going to be kind of a side note. I mean, I know I still need to kill them, but since this is a boss lane, that's not going to be my main focus here. So there, I got that to kill flyers. Now remember, the torpedo explosion with kobolds, it will hit them as well, because they fly so low. And then that leaves me enough for, what, 3 flame auras. So I'm just going to split the lanes. And then these flame auras are going to have to kill all the flyers. 20 left. Wow, low-flying plane. I can fit one more sand trap in somewhere. I'm just going to throw it right here. And that's about it. So now I've got boss killing, flyer killing. You see the flyers coming out, the little kobold flyers. If the kobolds are allowed to freely dive bomb your towers, though, it'll lead to unhappy times. Unhappy times for sure. This should get me to 396. So that's good. I'll be able to start Onslaught at least. Or I'll be able to start... I'm going to be starting off at like floor 65 probably. Tomorrow. Assuming, of course, that the retry button is there. Which... Man, I'm hyping myself up for it, so I really hope it's there. You just have to watch the lanes, Kirsten, and just build for the lanes that you're fighting. So watch the mobs that are coming out of the lanes. You can't build the same way on every lane. I mean, you've got a full selection of heroes. It's hard to find a game really on all the platforms right now, Colin, because currently most people are playing Onslaught, and Onslaught is difficult to find people that are on the same floor as you, just because there's so many floors, you know. Snaking Sands stun the enemy at the end and then do their damage when it stuns. There's no DPS number. It attacks once every 8 seconds, basically. It's good CC. You can't rely on it for damage. I'm not using it for damage at all. I'm using it for the stun, and I've got Destructive Pylon on it, so I'm using it to buff my other stuff. You see the little purple glow coming up off of everything? It's because I'm using Destructive Pylon there on those sands. But yeah, the sands don't do damage while they're just spinning. So, like, at that point, they're not doing any damage, and then at the end of it, right when it ends, it stuns everything that's in it. So we'll see if stuff doesn't die so fast. We'll see if anything survives long enough. Oh, I'd love to see the Jester. There, Pixia. That was my favorite DPS hero from DD1. I would be all over the Jester. I hope one day the Jester comes and it's not just an NPC. Currently, the Jester is already in the game as an NPC during the Carnival event. But of course, the Carnival event hasn't happened in several years. Maybe I should dig up some old footage and do a Carnival map video. That was an awesome map. It was really, really good map. Let's see. Buff this up, even though it's not the boss lane, just so I can forget it and not come over here anymore. These walls were taking a couple of shots. I think Deadly Strikes is such a game changer. That's why they put it at the halfway point. Actually, it's before the halfway point. But, I mean, it would be just as hard to get in Chaos 1. Or in Campaign. Well, in Campaign, there's not as many shards, so it would be a smaller pool. But Deadly Strikes is definitely a game changer for sure. Makes all the difference in the world. It's probably, between Deadly Strikes or Power Transfer is probably the most commonly used shards, I would guess. Defense rate's pretty popular until you get into Chaos 7. Oh, Gribbs made it to the wall here too. Need to get some ups going over here. Should be good, right? You would think. What do we got? We got a roller here, so let's throw as much as I can into that lane. Think it'll be good here. Yeah, it's easier to go through Chaos Trials solo. It's more fun to do it with a friend, but it is easier to do it solo. Nice to see they fixed the loot box from this map. Not just green every time now. Now watch, just because I said something, it's gonna roll green. But I have seen every rarity of loot box on this map over the last couple of days here now. Train going by, I'm not going to bother muting it. Sorry for the background noise there, guys. Get up there to use the Drago that's not working. Because there's multiplayer mob scaling Nightwing, every additional player that gets added to a map, the mob health goes up 25%. It just makes it quicker and easier to do it solo. But I guess it depends. If the person you're playing with is geared better than you are, then it's going to be easier to do it in a group. But for that person that you're playing with that is better geared than you, it's going to be easier for them to do it solo. So it's one of those mixed bags. Right now, multiplayer, other than the fun factor, multiplayer is just not encouraged in the game. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is right now. Other than it being more fun to play with friends, there's no other reason to. Now, I mean, that should be reason enough. But, you know, if you're looking at just straight up grind and getting through it as quickly as possible, it's just never going to be as quick. Unless you're just super, super well coordinated and you're shaving like half the build time off and everything else. Well, Hextor wants to stand back there and get all uppity, huh? Yeah, it about sums it up there, Omni. That's for sure. There we go. Yep, got me to 396, so... because I need the gear and the Ascension there, D's. Yeah, blue chest. It's not green at least. I thought I jinxed myself there on the green. Alright all. Well, like most of you know, I do that trendy thing Tuesday through Friday at 5 p.m., which is in 15 minutes. Yep, my mouse took a poo on me. Perfect timing. There we go. So I'm gonna end it here for today. Tonight I'm gonna start recording some stuff locally, get that you know, get some other stuff started. But keep an eye out later on. I'm gonna put a video up later on with speculation on what tomorrow's patch could be, which, you know, we don't know. You know, we do know that there's gonna be a patch tomorrow. We don't know exactly what it is. If there is, and we do get that retry button, like I'm really hoping for, then I am going to be live for quite a while tomorrow on Twitch. Not sure when I'm going to start, depends on when I can drag my butt out of bed, but it will probably be early and go for as long as I can, because I want to try to start climbing up through the Onslaught floors. But anyway, like I said, that will do it for now. Thank you all very, very much for swinging out. I do appreciate it a ton. And I will see you all soon. Take it easy.